Have you ever felt like you're on a different wavelength than those around you? Like you're seeing the world through a lens that others just can't quite grasp? If so, you might be among the spiritually chosen, those who are awakening to a higher truth and purpose. But with this awakening often comes a sense of isolation and loneliness, as you find yourself struggling to connect with others who don't share your perspective. In this video, we'll explore the challenges of being a spiritually chosen individual in a world that doesn't always understand, and offer guidance on how to navigate this transformative yet sometimes lonely path. So what does it mean to be spiritually chosen or awakened? It's a term that describes those who are beginning to see beyond the veil of everyday reality, to glimpse the deeper truths and mysteries of existence. This awakening can manifest in many ways, through profound spiritual experiences, a sudden shift in perspective, or a gradual unfolding of wisdom and understanding. But whether it happens suddenly or over time, the signs are often unmistakable. You may find yourself questioning long-held beliefs, feeling a sense of restlessness or dissatisfaction with the status quo. You might start noticing synchronicities and patterns that seem too meaningful to be mere coincidence. And you may feel a powerful urge to seek out deeper meaning and purpose in your life. For those who are spiritually chosen, this awakening is more than just a passing phase. It's a calling to embark on a lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. It's a path that requires courage, dedication, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. But while the rewards are immeasurable, the challenges can be equally profound, especially when it comes to connecting with others who don't share your perspective. One of the most difficult aspects of being spiritually chosen is the sense of loneliness and isolation that often accompanies this path. As you begin to awaken to higher truths and realities, you may find that your interests, values, and priorities start to shift. Things that once seemed important may lose their luster, while new passions and pursuits take center stage. You may find yourself drawn to explore topics like spirituality, personal growth, and the nature of consciousness, subjects that many people simply aren't interested in or don't understand. As a result, you may start to feel like you're living in a different world than those around you. Conversations that once flowed easily may become strained or superficial as you struggle to find common ground with friends and loved ones. You may feel a growing sense of disconnection and alienation, as if you're speaking a language that no one else can understand. And while you may long for deep, meaningful connections with like-minded souls, finding them can be a challenge, especially in a world that often values conformity over individuality. Another challenge of being spiritually chosen is the way in which this path often puts you at odds with societal norms and expectations. In a culture that values material success, status, and conformity, those who are awakening to higher truths may find themselves questioning the very foundations upon which our society is built. You may start to see the ways in which our systems and institutions perpetuate inequality, injustice, and environmental destruction. You may feel a growing sense of disillusionment with the consumer culture that encourages us to seek happiness through external means rather than inner fulfillment. As you start to question and challenge these norms, you may face resistance and pushback from those around you. Friends and family may accuse you of being too sensitive or idealistic, while co-workers may dismiss your concerns as impractical or naive. You may feel pressure to conform to the status quo, to put aside your own values and beliefs in order to fit in and get ahead. But for those who are truly committed to the spiritual path, compromising one's integrity is simply not an option. The challenge, then, is to find ways to stay true to yourself while still navigating the practical realities of life in a society that doesn't always understand or support your choices. Given the challenges of being spiritually chosen in a world that doesn't always understand, it's no surprise that many on this path find solitude to be an essential part of their journey. Spending time alone allows you to tune out the noise and distractions of the external world and turn your attention inward to the still, small voice of your own inner wisdom. In the quiet of solitude, you can reflect on your experiences, process your emotions, and gain clarity on your path forward. You can connect with the divine within and experience moments of profound peace, joy, and understanding. Indeed, for many spiritually chosen individuals, solitude is not just a pleasant luxury, but an absolute necessity. Without regular periods of introspection and self-reflection, it's all too easy to get caught up in the drama and demands of daily life, to lose sight of what truly matters. By carving out time for solitude, you create space for your own growth and transformation, space to heal old wounds, release limiting beliefs, and align yourself with your highest truth and purpose. And as you deepen your connection with your inner self, you may find that the loneliness and isolation you once felt start to dissipate, replaced by a profound sense of wholeness and belonging. Of course, while solitude is important, no one can thrive in complete isolation. We are social creatures, wired for connection and community. And yet, for those on the spiritual path, building and maintaining relationships can be a uniquely challenging task. As you awaken to new ways of being and seeing, you may find that your old relationships no longer fit, that the people you once considered close friends or partners no longer understand or support your journey. This can be a painful realization as you grapple with the possibility of growing apart from those you love. You may find yourself struggling to communicate your new perspectives and experiences, feeling like you're speaking a different language than those around you. You may face misunderstandings, conflicts, and even outright rejection as you try to stay true to your path while still maintaining your connections with others. The key, then, is to approach relationships with compassion and understanding, both for yourself and for others. It's important to remember that everyone is on their own unique journey, and not everyone will be ready or willing to follow you on yours. Rather than trying to force others to see things your way, focus on being true to yourself while still extending love and acceptance to those who may not understand. And when relationships do come to an end, try to see it not as a failure, but as a natural part of your growth and evolution. Another key aspect of navigating relationships as a spiritually chosen individual is learning to set and maintain healthy boundaries. When you're on a path of growth and awakening, it's all too easy to get caught up in the energy and emotions of those around you, to take on their problems and struggles as your own. But in order to protect your own well-being and maintain your focus on your path, it's essential to learn to say no when necessary. This means getting clear on your own needs and priorities and being willing to communicate them clearly and directly to others. It means learning to recognize when you're being drained or depleted by a particular situation or relationship and taking steps to remove yourself from that energy. And it means being willing to disappoint others at times in order to stay true to yourself and your own path. At first, setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable or even selfish, especially if you're used to putting others' needs before your own. But over time, as you practice honoring your own limits and desires, you may find that your relationships actually improve as a result. When you're able to show up as your authentic self, fully present and grounded in your own truth, you create space for deeper, more meaningful connections with those who appreciate and support you for who you really are. While setting boundaries is important, it's equally important to remember that you don't have to walk this path alone. Even if you feel like you can't relate to most people in your everyday life, there are others out there who share your experiences and perspectives, who understand the joys and challenges of being spiritually chosen. And connecting with these like-minded souls can be a powerful source of support, inspiration, and healing. So how do you find your spiritual community? One way is to seek out groups and organizations that align with your values and interests. This might mean joining a meditation or yoga class, attending a workshop or retreat, or getting involved with a local spiritual or social justice group. Online communities can also be a great resource, allowing you to connect with people from all over the world who share your passions and pursuits. Another way to find your tribe is simply to trust your intuition and follow your heart. Pay attention to the people and situations that light you up, that make you feel seen and understood. Be open to unexpected connections and synchronicities, and don't be afraid to reach out and initiate conversations with those who resonate with you. And remember, building community takes time and effort. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Ultimately, being spiritually chosen is not a destination, but a journey, one that is filled with both challenges and rewards. There will be times when you feel lost and alone, when you question everything you thought you knew. There will be moments of profound joy and connection, when you feel a deep sense of purpose and clarity. And through it all, the most important thing is to keep going, to trust your inner wisdom and have faith in the path that is unfolding before you. This means learning to embrace the full spectrum of your experiences, the highs and the lows, the light and the dark. It means being willing to face your fears and doubts head on, to confront the parts of yourself that you may have been avoiding or denying. And it means staying open to the lessons and opportunities that arise along the way, even when they come in unexpected or uncomfortable forms. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. There are countless others who have walked this path before you, and countless more who will follow in your footsteps. And even in your moments of deepest solitude, you're always connected to the greater web of life, to the divine intelligence that animates all things. So trust in that connection and let it guide you forward one step at a time. Being spiritually chosen is a sacred and transformative path, one that is not always easy, but is always worth it. It requires courage, dedication, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. It means grappling with the challenges of isolation and misunderstanding, learning to set boundaries and find your own way. And it means trusting in the journey, even when the way forward is unclear. But for those who are called to this path, the rewards are immeasurable. The opportunity to know yourself more deeply, to connect with the divine within and without, the chance to make a meaningful difference in the world, to be a force for love and healing in a time of great change. And the joy of finding your spiritual community, of connecting with others who see you, understand you, and support you in your growth and evolution. So if you find yourself on this path, know that you are not alone. Know that your experiences and perspectives are valid and important, even if they don't always fit into the mainstream. And know that with each step you take, you are moving closer to your highest truth and purpose. May you have the courage to keep going, to trust in the journey, and to shine your light brightly in a world that needs it more than ever. And may you always remember that you are loved, supported, and guided every step of the way.